A very good warm welcome to Africa Good Morning, your portal into Africa's important stories. In this morning's broadcast, Namibia's president calls for expansion of the Ongwendiva annual trade fair as exhibitor demand surges, while Oshana's governor encourages visitors to explore opportunities beyond the fair. We hear how tourism contributes 14.3 billion to Namibia's economy as students head to EU member states for exchange programs, and the ICT Minister showcase Rukwangali. Mike then joins us from Zambia with post-election developments and Chipolopolo's preparation for the 2027 AFCON qualifiers. Then in sports, VAP defeats Windhoek Gymnasium to claim the Momentum NSSU Superleague crown. Then stay with us right after this break.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
Now let's dive into this morning's news. Namibia's president calls for OATF expansion as exhibitor demand surges. President Namibian used the official opening of the Ongwendiva annual trade fair in Oshana region to highlight its growing importance after 1,872 businesses applied for expedition space, but only 455 secured spots. With 1,417 businesses missing out, Namibian called for cooperation between the private sector and the public to begin planning an expansion of the fair and create more opportunities for entrepreneurs. She also encouraged successful exhibitors to maximize the opportunity while urging young people to visit institutions, engage with them, and understand emerging opportunities before applying. In our next news, Oshana governor urges OATF visitors.
As we are appreciating the generation before us that brought peace, independence in our country. The strong demand for exhibition space also presents a challenge that can no longer be ignored. After the 1,872 applications received this year, 1,417 could not be accommodated. You can imagine the frustration that is caused, as well as the loss, because they were going to add the value to this expo. One can conclude that the success of Ongwendiva Trade Fair has outgrown its present facilities. And that's where we need to start a new journey of rethinking. It's important that Ongwendiva Town Council, together with the private sector and all relevant stakeholders, need to work together to mobilize resources for the expansion.
In our next story, Oshana Governor urges OATF visitors to explore opportunities beyond the fair. Oshana Governor Hafni Ipenga has urged visitors attending the Ongwadiva annual trade fair to look beyond the expedition tents and explore the wider region. He encouraged visitors to interact with residents, engage local entrepreneurs, and discover the opportunities Oshana has to offer. Ipenga said government, businesses, and communities continue to work together and create an environment where enterprises can grow, investments can flourish, and economic opportunities can improve livelihood.
Whether business leaves this ground better informed, better connected, and better positioned to grow. That is the lasting impact we should aspire to advise. Ladies and gentlemen, Oshana region remains one of the Namibian's important centers of commerce and economic activity. The towns of Ongwediva, Oshakati, and Ondangwa, together with our surrounding rural communities, offer tremendous opportunities for enterprise development, investment, and innovation. We therefore invite our visitors not only to enjoy the trade fair, but also to explore our region, interact with our people, engage with our entrepreneurs, and discover the opportunities that Oshana has to offer. As a government, business, and a community, we must continue working together to create an environment which is enterprises can grow, investment can flourish, and most importantly, economic opportunity can translate into improved livelihoods for our people. I wish to commend the Ongwediva Town Council, the Ongwediva Trade Fair Society, sponsors, exhibitors, partners, and all stakeholders whose commitment and hard work have enabled this opportunity.
In other news, Namibia's Tourism Board highlights tourism's 14.3 billion contribution. At the Ongwediva Annual Trade Fair, Namibia Tourism Board Chief Executive Officer Shabolan Chikaulo highlighted tourism's economic role, saying the sector employs over 100,000 people directly and indirectly and contributed to 14.3 billion to the economic. The board's presence at OATF is focused on helping tourism businesses understand registration, completion, and the sector's high value chain, with officials providing support, information, and education to business community. Charles said Ongwediva offers opened last year to expand access to services, is already attracting more people seeking to register business and learn about the board's work. He encouraged young people and entrepreneurs to consider tourism as a viable business and invited them to visit the Namibia Tourism Board stall at OATF 2026 for registration and support.
We're here at Ongwediva Annual Trade Fair at Jubilee edition, which is Ongwediva, making 25 years of operation. Yeah, I think we are here for sure. I was here earlier in the first year when Ongwediva Trade Fair started in a different capacity, and I've seen Ongwediva Trade Fair, Ongwediva Annual Trade Fair grow to this extent. It's a great success for Ongwediva Town and also the northern business community. Now, for Namibia Tourism Board, we're here for two things. One really is to make sure that our people understand the Namibia in terms of its tourism economy, which employs over 100,000 employees in terms of both direct and indirect. The tourism economy, which contributes about $14.3 billion Namibian dollars annually. That's our latest statistics in 2022. but also is to make sure that the business community that are doing business in tourism, that they registered, that they are compliant, they understand the entire value chain of the tourism economy. So we are here to cement that they have our support to share information, to educate them, so that we have more business, more young people as well starting businesses in tourism. Yes, we also started an office here last year, which is also supporting the tourism business community in the northern area in terms of registration, giving them a license to operate, the necessary desks that they need, but also the necessary information really. And we've seen an increase in terms of the inquiries in the office, but also an increase in terms of especially the hotel establishment that are coming to register. Many, they didn't know about what they're supposed to do in terms of compliance, whether tourism levy compliance, but also other compliances that they need to do. But equally, for them to know how do we support them. And we've seen that happening, and we've seen a lot of numbers now increasing in terms of people coming to register their business. And we want them to do more, so that we give them natural support as a public institution, as a public agency that both regulate and market Namibia in its entirety as a tourism destination. You know, we are the tourism business support and agency. So we listen to them, what challenges they have equally, and then we say, you know, where can they find information and how we can train. And by extension, by end of September, around 26, we will be in Ohangwena as well, supporting the community, the tourism business community in the north. Again, we are not launching basically, but activating, which is on Lunga Palm tourism route. So we'll also be gathering with the communities, the same community that are here, is to make sure that they also benefit from tourism business beyond the Greater Etosha National Park and many other places. So the route stretches from, of course, Rukwangali and up to Rundu, and then another route takes place from Rundu to Katima. And it's our intention that the rural tourism, it's our intention really that the communities, you know, outside the national park, outside national conservancies and concessions, but living alongside this road, the main road, living alongside the rivers and all other attractions in the northern part of Namibia, they can also benefit from the tourism economy. So this is why we are here. So in partnership with the annual trade fair, we've been supporting every year we are here and participating, and we'll definitely make it show that probably next year we'll be launching something in terms of then how else, which we have now discovered, we can help them in this community in terms of recognizing the best businesses in terms of the tourism sector in the northern part of the region, and we want to pick up on whatever annual trade fair is one of those platforms. So we are here intentionally and know exactly that we are giving support to our communities, we are giving support to the businesses in the tourism economy. And we thank you for their support. And we're also saying, well, our office is in Ongwediva at the trade fair, so they can always pop by, ask information, to be helped, whatever, even to fill up their forms and any other information that they need. Yeah, I thank you.
In other news, Namibian students head to EU member states for winter exchange programs. European Union Ambassador to Namibia, Anna Beatrice Martens, has wished upon about 28 Namibian students good luck as they begin winter semester exchange programs in different European member states. The participating students from the University of Namibia, UNAM, and the Namibia University of Science and Technology, NUS.
We have around 200 exchanges if we take Erasmus Plus, Horizon, and member states exchanges of Namibian students and academics traveling to Europe every year, and I think that's quite a number since the creation of Erasmus in the 2000s. So today is about an important step in the lives of our honorary guests, the students, because they are about to leave Namibia to study in several parts of Europe, notably in Germany, Austria, the Czech Republic, Hungary, Estonia, and Spain. This thanks to the Erasmus Plus program, which is much more than a study program. It is one of the European Union's most important investments in young people and in the relationship between our countries. It gives you, the youth, the opportunity to study at another university, experience another society, and build relationships that can last long after your studies are completed. And I can testify that from my own experience. Well, I'm so old that my academic exchange was before Erasmus was created, so please don't start counting. But I can say I was studying in Freiburg, and there's one lucky lady who is going to study in Freiburg, and I did an exchange study in Italy, and I can definitely say that it was an experience that marked me and opened my perspective, both about study, academic, as well as the academic experience in Germany and in Italy, and of course it was personally very enriching experience.
Namibia's ICT Minister shows off Rukwangali at new NEMPO's office opening. Information and Communication Technology Minister Emma Twafilas showed off her brief Rukwangali speaking skills while delivering the keynote address at the official opening of the new NEMPO's office in Nurenguruguru. Twafilas said she is fond of the Kavango West region, describing it as the last born of Namibia's 14 regions. She compared the region's position with her own as the youngest member of cabinet.
Hawanatupu onane verna name kuzuva no kukuyunga Rukwangali nakauke pandu. I am becoming a regular to Kurenkuru and to Kavango West region, and I think it's because we have a few things in common. And one thing I have in common with Kavango West is that Kavango West is the last born of all the 14 regions in the Republic of Namibia. I'm also a last born of all the cabinet members in cabinet honorable government. So you'll see more of me here in
Now in our sports news, WHK defeats Windhoek Gymnasium to claim momentum at NSSU Superleague crown. The Momentum NSSU Superleague concluded with WHK taking the title after defeating Windhoek Gymnasium. Here are the highlights from the competition closing encounter.
Die hoogtepunt van die 2026 Momentum NSSU onder 19 Superleague. Die twee spanne wat bo aan die puntelys geëindig het en ook hulle semifinale gewen het. King Prize, Windhoek Gymnasium teen Otto's, Windhoek Afrikaanse Privaat Skool. Een van die helde van die dag vir Windhoek Afrikaanse Privaat Skool was hulle skrimskakel en kaptein Malan Esterhuisen met die eerste 3. So na 10 minute se spel loskakel, Carter Loupser voor die palle, slag met die doelskop. 7 punte teenoor 0. En dan Farenzel Kloete, die loskakel van Windhoek Gymnasium, ook op die kwartlyn voor die palle, slag met sy eerste poging. 7 punte teenoor 3, waarmee WHP dan voorloop. Aksiebeleide wedstryd gewees. Hierso Evan Dreyer, die skramskakel van Gymnasium uit. Die heel agter waar aan die lyn kom, Emmanuel Jimmy. Dan die regterveld Kyle van Wyk toe. En WHP wat hulle verdediging moes ken daarso. Fourie Steyn wat die bal versprei daarso. Hierso Gert Pretorius die vaskopstit. En hier was dit dan Eduardo dan die agstman van Windhoek Afrikaanse Privaat Skool, maar die vletjie het geblaas. Daai was nie 'n 3 wat toegeken was nie. Alles al het wat teruggeroep daar na die ander kantste kwartlyn toe. Evan Dreyer wat die bal hier versprei deur die hande en Fourie Steyn die senter met genoeg krag en momentum om daar so 'n 3 te gaan druk vir Windhoek Gymnasium. Hulle eerste 3 van die dag. En Farenzel Kloete met sy eerste poging netjies tussen die pale deurgestuur. 10 punte teenoor 7 waarmee Windhoek Gymnasium in daai stadium voorgeloop het. So met so 10 minute oor in die eerste helfte. Carter Loupser wat die bal hier so kry. Eduardo dan gee vir die buitesenter wat op spoed deurkom. Kort na sy direkte opponent se 3 is 'n Derek Nel wat dan die volgende 5 punte aanteken vir Windhoek Afrikaanse Privaat Skool tot groot vermaak van hulle ondersteuners. Carter Loupser, die loskakel, stuur die bal tussen die pale deur, tref die goal daarso. 14 teenoor 10 waarmee die WHP in daai stadium voorloop. Die sterk